All right, now we are recording and you can still see me.
Yes.
Okay, there we go. We are
All right.
doing, yeah, I guess with FaceTime, it eats up a lot of internet. I know that we've been using Google Hangouts and it's been working all right. But apparently FaceTime is just more of a load on it. So then once I went to start streaming and I put the extra stuff on the internet, it slowed our call down.
Uh,
But we're good now.
Go.
So I'm here with Anthony Nieves, and he actually is going to do a crazy action sports story for us. Anthony was a pro Muay Thai fighter in Atlanta, and actually that's he was doing some fitness kickboxing. So I started going in there when I lived there to get into shape, and then Anthony actually says to me, he goes, "Hey, why don't you come into a regular Thai class?" And I was like, "You got like a beginner one?" And you go, "You're an athlete, right?" And I go, "Yeah." And you're like, 7 o'clock. And I was like, he just suckered me in, that motherfucker. And then half an hour into the class, I'm getting punched in the face.
That's how I got suckered in.
I was like, that bastard just punked me, and I fell for it.
You did good.
So what do you got?
All right. Well, crazy fight story I have. I just moved in from Atlanta. Moved in from Florida, from the sticks to Atlanta, and wanted to learn Muay Thai. So I come up here and I research a little bit, and I find a little gym that does Muay Thai. At the time, it was called LA Boxing. Started training to fight almost day one. Um, I guess the coaches respected my tenacity and decided, you know what, this kid he wants to fight. Let's get him in there. So within a few months, there's this venue. It's in Augusta, Georgia. Winter Wars with with this guy named Jason Miller from Augusta, and I didn't know I was going to be fighting Jason Miller at the time. Actually, I was watching some of the fights, some of the undercard fights, the amateur fights, which I was thinking I was going to be doing. Watching some of my competition, and I'm watching these guys, and I want to clean up. I'm getting excited. I do Muay Thai, this American rules kickboxing. So, I mean, we got little foot booties. We're wearing pants. We have 12-ounce boxing gloves. How much pain can I go through? It's not Muay Thai. I'm not going to get elbowed in the face. I think I'm going to do okay regardless. Well, I'm watching these guys compete, and I'm feeling pretty confident I'm going to do pretty well. So go back. It's about 15 minutes before my fight, and I'm watching this guy hit pads. This actually was Jason Miller from Augusta at the time. He's about almost 200 pounds, um, working pads like I've never seen before. And in my head, I'm not knowing I'm going to be fighting this guy in about 15 minutes. And,
You're in the
and
same locker room?
yeah, this is in the locker room and his coach, and I'm admiring this guy. I'm giving him like wows. We're in the same locker room. And a few minutes before the fight starts, I guess his opponent backs out.
So you weren't supposed to be fighting him.
Absolutely not.
Well,
And
that's
this is
a,
before.
yeah, I
Go
was
ahead.
like, how are they going to jam you guys in the same locker room if you're going to fight each other?
It was before there was an athletic commission. It wasn't regulated, and we didn't really know we were going to be fighting each other until the last minute when his opponent backed out. And one of my coaches at the time comes down. He goes, "Well, hey, got an opportunity for you. Uh, do you want to fight professionally? We'll give you $300."
Shit, yeah.
Are you kidding? Hell yes. $300. so I signed this piece of paper, and I get the little thing says $300. I'm looking at that number. That's big money for my broke ass when I was a kid. Go back in the locker room. They start warming me up. They said, "You're on." So I walk out, and this guy I'd been admiring, hitting pads, this big, bald, white dude, just glistening with sweat because he'd been warming up for probably 30 minutes. Just there he is in the opposite corner, and I'm climbing in the ring to fight this guy. I turn around and look at my coach, and he goes, "Just hit him with those push kicks. That's you hit everybody with in the training." So get in there, the bell rings. I run from my corner straight to him, and I just started to hit him with these push kicks. And I'm starting to rock him a little bit. I throw a couple punches at him. He starts to back up, and he throws a kick at me. And I've never felt power like that in my life. I felt like it was going to break me in half. Mind you, I'm only 155 pounds. This guy's knocking me around the ring. I push him back a couple more times, and all of a sudden I felt like my head exploded, and the whole room starts spinning. I hit the ground, from what I remember. I get back up. The ref is counting, and I run straight back towards the guy. See how, boom! I get another one. I mean, I guess I bounce off the rope this time and hit the ground. So I go to get back up, and I'm looking at the crowd at this time. I'm facing the crowd this time, and everybody, some of the people I rode into the venue with, are telling me to stay down, stay down. And I'm trying to use the ropes to get back up because I wasn't done. Unless I'm dead, I'm not done, I guess. So finally, the referee intervenes, stops the fight. I turn up, I get up, and everybody's their mouths are open. I guess it was like some sort of traumatic knockout. Several people commented later that I broke my neck on the ropes. When I stand up, it was all silent. I remember that. Something had to happen. So I stand up and I just yelled. I just got knocked the fuck out in front of everybody and their mother, and everybody laughed. And I realized I was alive. And that was the beginning of my pro Muay Thai fighting career. After that first professional fight, I wasn't able to go back to amateur. Little did I know that. So every fight since then, I had to fight somebody at a professional level till I got good enough to be competitive.
That's the best way to do it. I swear now by jumping into class with you guys, my theory now is jump into a level high enough that by the time you realize it's too high for you, it's too late.
Yeah.
You might as well just...
Perfect. Perfect.
By the time you go, fuck, what the hell am I doing here? It's too late. You've already adapted. You might as well just keep going.
That's exactly it. So, yeah, it's been fun. But hey, I want to do it, and that's doing it.
Yeah. Well, you didn't, you know what the thing is? I mean, I get, who was Steve your coach or anybody? Or
No. We all rode together, though. It was Chris Stolzman and a big promoter there. He was riding with us. It was Brett Moses and Chris Stolzman. Then we had Mateo. I mean, a bunch. We rolled in with a pretty cool crowd. Little did I know I was going to be suckered into fighting a pro fight my first day in the ring. But it was awesome.
You know, if he had been somewhat the same weight, it probably wouldn't have been as big of a deal.
No.
Well, there you go. After that, once people at least are the same weight, it had to have been much less intimidating.
Oh, yeah. Well, it's the fact. Well, really, the weight thing didn't really get me. It was, this guy had about 40 fights. And it was my first one, wasn't Muay Thai. It was American rules kickboxing, and he was a good boxer. So I was just admiring his skills with his hands prior to the fight. I was just blown away at how well he worked those pads.
Yeah.
And it did manifested in the ring.
From then you were a believer in pad work.
Oh yeah, ever since then. Then I became that guy. So actually, it was ended up being a good thing, I guess.
Yeah, no, you got that one out of the way, and like I said, the rest of it was a little bit easier after that.
Yeah, a little easier. Well, I went into I went into every fight thinking it was going to be a war, and a lot of my colleagues in the ring, even my coaches, were like, "Why do you get so stressed out right before you get fight?" It's like, well, I remember that damn fight, Augusta. Well, once I got in the ring, everything just felt like a warm blanket for some reason. I just loved it. Everything right before you get in the ropes is all chaos. Once you get in the ropes, for me, it just felt like a warm blanket. I was doing everything I needed to do to that point, and this is where I was supposed to be.
Well, that's something that I haven't done this podcast yet. I'm going to do it with Javier because he's super mentally strong, but about being able to deal with being scared and stuff like that. And for me, that's what I do. I pretend like nothing's going on until it's too late. Until you're basically helmet is on, you roll out on the floor, and now it's just time to work. You can't think
Yeah.
about what could happen, this and that. It's just, oh shit, I better take care of the task at hand.
Right. Well, me and you, I remember me and you used to have these conversations when, I'd be about to fight or something, and you'd be, the difference between me and you, because we both had a mutual respect in each other's sports, is
Yeah.
you would tell me, you're going to go in there and get hurt.
Yeah. You're
Like,
definitely
yeah,
going to
but,
feel like you fought some motherfucker.
right. But you're about to go in there and do backflips on a motorcycle, and I'm like, well, that's a whole different kind of.
Yeah, but it might not
Oh,
catch you.
yeah,
You might not get caught.
yeah, true that. So,
It just sucks
yeah,
when you
man.
do. All right, well, I'm going to stop the recording.